So WNBA player Brittney Griner is caught up in Russia right now. Now, you know, all this stuff's going on with Russia and Ukraine, and you don't want to be caught up in Russia behind anything right now, especially with the U.S. putting all them sanctions on them, pissing them off, taking all their money, taking their property. Brittney Griner messed up at the wrong time. So now Brittney Griner, she's 31 years old. She, you know, won a WNBA championship in 2014 with the Phoenix Mercury and plays for a Russian team on the offseason. So she was arrested in February. Brother Elvis, run that clip. Okay, so that's her at the airport. Now, I'm going to continue the story so you can just see while we're reading this. It said for having cannabis oil in vape cartridges in her luggage at a Moscow airport, according to Russian news sources and a former teammate. Now, Brittney Griner, she's also a two-time Olympic champion. She faces 5 to 10 years in Russian prison if convicted on drug smuggling charges. Now, Russian media alleged that the vapes found in Griner's luggage contained cannabis oil and that she was detained as a preventative measure. Now, it says unclear when Griner was arrested, and details surrounding her detention remain unclear. Now, her WNBA team, the Phoenix Mercury, confirmed a situation in Russia, but provided no details. Her arrest comes amid severely strained diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Russia to the country's invasion of Ukraine. Now, let me tell y'all something. People that's traveling, some of you brothers that like to travel, when you go into these foreign countries, some of these places got laws that's very, very strict that you may not be used to. And you know how I am about that weed situation. You know how I am about weed or anything related to putting something in your mouth, having that kind of vice. I'm like, man, you let a little thing this small control you. You got to spend all your money just constantly smoking. I don't understand how an athlete like that is smoking anything personally, being a basketball player, but that's our business. Some places like Russia, China's another one. There's hella strict. You get the death penalty for drugs in China. The Philippines, that's another one. They don't play that about no drugs. They don't care. It's just weed. They don't want to hear it's just weed. When you go to them people country, number one, you better know the laws. That's first and foremost. And maybe, just maybe, when you go to people country, just leave that mess in America. When you come back to America, do whatever the hell you want to do. You know, this is the home you live at, right? I'm a firm believer of that. Be on your P's and Q's when you go to these other people country. When you're in America, you know what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. So they don't know what's going to go on with this female right now. And on top of that, she's a stud. She got a wife here in America. Now, you know how Putin feel about the LGBT. He said as long as he's president, they're not going down in his country. So that's another kind of bad thing on her. I'm just saying, because you're in Russia. In America, you know, it's Sodom and Gomorrah. So a lot of people coming out, Sheila Jackson leading came out talking about, let her go. Man, Putin and them not going to hear you right now. The only way you're going to get her back unless you give him something. And I know y'all not willing to give up nothing for a black woman. I know that much. Now, if it was a white woman, maybe. But she's in a messed up situation. What can we learn from this? When you go to other people's country, leave the weed at home. Whatever you're doing, leave it at home. Don't carry it into the country and don't carry it out. Now, if they were doing whatever you're doing in the country and you want to do with them, that's one thing. But don't take nothing out the country and go through that airport. No, don't do that. Man, this is a messed up situation for Brittney here. Now, Brittney was also, you know, got in trouble before with domestic violence because she was, you know, swinging hands and beating her girlfriend and her previous wife too. She beat pretty bad, split her lip. So, you know, just a little history about Brittney here, but not because she, you know, part of the Slapper Hole tribe. I'm not saying she deserves to be locked up 10 years. I'm not saying that, but you're just giving a little history, you know, about Brittney. But y'all let me know. Listen to your uncle. When you travel, be on your P's and Q's because you don't know how them people going to treat you. Don't get put in that kind of position.